over there along the bed. Or put the gas thing on there, so might get a little bit of here in a minute. What's up guys, Steven here. Well, as you can see, I'm inside the house today. Thank God, because it is very hot outside already, and I don't want to be out there if I don't have to. So anyways, what I've got going on for the next couple days, I've got some, light's bad right there. Anyways, I've got some cabinets, and I'll give you a little tour here in a little bit, but I've got some cabinets that I've had built over the last several weeks, and I'm going to go ahead and paint those. But first I've got to prep them, and I'm also got to do the walls as well. So I'm going to get all that done hopefully in the next couple of days. But anyways, let me show you what I've got going on. So I've got these drawers here, these vanity, the his and hers vanity. And what I did when I bought the house, I pretty much completely gutted the whole thing, except for most of the walls are still intact. But I gutted this whole back wall right here, and this wall as well. And they had some like faux tile stuff up, and I found some termites up there and down this wall, so I had to get that remediated, got that taken care of. So right there in this blank space is going to be my walk-in shower. That's going to be a later project. That's going to take a little time, so I'm not too concerned right there with that right now. For right now, it's just my, I guess you can see, my staging area for all my tools and materials. Right here used to be a hallway that ran through here, and I went ahead and framed this wall and put some sheetrock on the other side, and there was a linen closet behind there. This hallway ran right through the middle of the bathroom. There was a linen closet on the other side, and then there was a walk-in closet on this side. So I went ahead and combined the two to make a big walk-in closet, and I'll show you that. But anyways, this is going to be my walk-in shower, and I'm going to have a little wall right about here, and give my wife enough room to get in her little vanity, put her makeup on, you know how women are. But anyways, I tore this whole wall out right here, and there used to be a big window right in this area. So I took all that out, I framed it in, I put a little small window. I mean, I don't know why they had a big, huge window in the bathroom. It wasn't even stained glass or anything, so if you didn't have curtains or something like that, I mean, somebody could see in, and it's not too safe. But anyways, they had a big jet tub right here. I had to cut that thing out, and it was I don't know how they got it in. That thing was huge. But I'll show before and after pictures when I get done. I have before pictures. This whole ceiling, the walls, everything was just wall to wall, literally wall to wall wallpaper, and it was not fun taking that stuff off. So I got that window framed in. I took all this sheetrock on this whole back wall right here, took all that off, I re-insulated it. I had to run, they had a single vanity here, so I had to run a double vanity setup. So I ran the piping and all the copper for the water, got all that ran, and like I said, I got the drawers and cabinets built. Got a little cabinet here above where the toilet's going to go, and I'm going to be setting that. I got to do the flooring as well. So my goal for the next several days is to get these cabinets prepped, painted, the walls, ceiling painted, and the flooring done, and get this toilet set. Also put those recessed lights in, as well as the lights over there, and a new light fixture in the closet. But this is the main area of the closet. This used to be the walk-in closet when I bought the house. But like I said, I combined the two, so you can see this is going to be obviously my wife's section, because look at all these shoe racks, man. That's a lot of shoe racks. That's a lot of shoes, and so she needs a spot to put them. So this will be her area. Got a little shoe rack here as well. Some shelves up top. Got some drawers built, and then I would turn this light on, but I got to replace that bulb. It's out right now. But anyways, I re-sheetrocked this whole area here. Like I said, this was a little linen closet with the hallway. You can still see kind of see where it's divided right there. And that's where the wall was and the door. And to see the wall went right through here as well. So I made a little opening in this wall, re-sheetrocked everything, re-sheetrock this whole area in here. And so this is going to be my area, which you can see it's not too terribly big, but you know, it's enough for me. Of course, I get the little corner in the back corner over here, but it works. So anyways, so now I just made a big walk-in closet. I've got to get all these cabinets prepped, painted, get the ceilings, the walls all painted. This also was a, you can back up a little bit here, but this area over here, the door actually came to right about there. And I went ahead and framed that area in, made a smaller door, and I've got one of those sliding barn doors I'm going to put on the outside, so it's going to look really nice. But like I said, I'll show the before and after pictures once I get everything done. So today's goal is to get these cabinets prepped. I probably won't start painting till tomorrow because there's quite a few cabinets and drawers to prep. I got to take all the drawers out, stage them to get them ready to paint, and they take a while to prep as well. Give you a little backstory. My dad is a house painter, and he's been a house painter all his life. So this kind of work right here, it comes pretty easy to me because when I was a kid growing up, my summers, I didn't spend them like normal kids. We didn't get to go to summer camp. My older brother, my younger brother, we spent our summers working with my dad. We did get paid. At the time, it wasn't a whole lot, but for us, you know, I think since I was probably 10 or 11 years old, he started paying us to help him out. So we made pretty good money as kids, and I think that's where part of my work ethic come from. So yeah, I pretty much grew up on a construction site, and so a lot of this stuff just comes easy for me. I did work in plumbing for a couple years, so running the water pipes and the drain pipes was pretty easy. I already knew how to do all that. I worked in AC for a couple years. Never really did any electrical work. I did have to run some electrical wires and some for the recessed lighting. I had to do all that, but that stuff's pretty easy. You just run the wire, and you can watch YouTube videos, and they show you how to pretty much do it step by step. So before I get started, I would like to go over some materials I'll be using just for today, just prepping. I'm going to fill in all the nail holes with just regular painter's putty. I like to go ahead and start off with the putty first. That way, if I have any nail holes close to a crack, I can get that putty in there, and it dries pretty fast before I do my caulking. Because if you do it the other way around, if you do your caulking first, and then when you go back to do your putty, the caulking could still be wet, and if there's a nail hole close to the crack, you could take a chance on smearing that caulking, and you have to go back and touch it up. So that's just what we did when I worked in construction. So that's just what I continue doing. So I'll go ahead and do the nail holes first, and then I'll go and do all my small cracks, like the inside of my doors, outsides, all my drawers. Any little small crack, I'll go ahead and use. It's a silicone, it's a latex caulk plus silicone. But when I was growing up, we just called it DAP. It's made by DAP, but we just called it DAP. And it dries in 20 minutes, so that's good for small cracks, like I said, on doors, drawers, any kind of small area you need to get to, because you won't have to, have a big caulking gun. It's kind of cumbersome, but when I get done with that, I'll do my outside, like my bigger cracks, the outside, the inside, bigger areas, wider cracks. I'll fill them in with caulking. It's made by DAP as well. It's just a painter's acrylic latex caulk. It's white. And the reason why I use white is because when you go to fill those cracks in, you can see that you're filling those cracks in, as opposed to a clear silicone. You might miss a crack or two, and if you go back and paint it, then if you see that crack, you got to go touch it up, and then you got to repaint it. So like I said, probably just get the prepping done today, because there's a lot of cabinets, a lot of cracks that need to be filled in. So I'll get that done today, give it a day to dry, get everything to dry out, and then tomorrow I'll start my painting. And then after I get my painting done, I'll probably go ahead and do my floors. So my goal is, today is Wednesday. My goal is at least by this weekend or through the weekend to get all this done, and then get my toilet set as well. So we can go ahead and move all our clothes back into the closet. We'll have our closet space. We'll have a toilet to use next to our bedroom. Right now we're down to one bathroom, and with 2 kids and my wife, and there's 4 of us, it's a little crowded at times. It's gonna take me a little while to do the shower, but I'll eventually get it done. But just having the closet space and the toilet in here will be a lot of help. So a couple things that any good painter will have in his arsenal: a putty knife, and that's good for opening putty cans, paint cans, anything like that. Just take it, work around the edges, and that top will pop right off. Also, when you get this top off, you can scrape your putty out of there. Just kind of mix it around a little bit. It's a little wet. Hasn't been used in a while. But just kind of mix it around. And always after I use it, and I put the top back on there, I'll put a little water in there, because if you don't, it'll kind of harden up. So I'll just mix it around a little bit. And then give me a little scoop out of a little ball. It's just easier to work with. And it's going to be wet, so I just kind of mash it around a little bit with my fingers, roll it, kind of dry it a little bit, not too dry, but just kind of roll it just a couple seconds, be alright. So I'll start off with a little small ball. It's easier to work with, like I said. So once I get that good and dry, like I like it, put that top back on there. You want to put it on there pretty tight, because you don't want putty to dry out. Another good tool to have is just an old paintbrush. It's good for dusting. Say if you want to just dust an area out, cracks or anything like that, it just makes it easier to get in there, dust everything off. Because if you take a blower and you just blow it around, the dust is going to settle right back on the cabinet. So just take your little paintbrush like this, old one, and just kind of give a little sweep, get all the dust and anything you might have missed. I vacuumed, but still, you're not going to get everything. So good for cracks, corners, things like that. So I'll go ahead and where I get started, I'll just kind of give it a good little sweep, and then I'll start filling the holes. So I vacuumed in here, but I've still got quite a bit of dust, little areas. Get all that goodness swept out. You don't have to do it real. I mean, I'll go back before I paint, and I'll give it a good cleaning. I want everything to be smooth as possible. I don't like to sand, so it kind of helps with sanding. And just take that. Got a little screw hole right there. Just kind of putty it, fill it in, give it a little wipe, and that's really it. There's a couple little nail holes over here. I'll get those. Give it a good little wipe, and that is pretty much it. Inside. Get these nail holes right here. Fill them in. Give them a little wipe. Alright, it's easy as that. Got my puttying done. now I just got to go. I'm going to start with all my drawers. I went ahead and took all my drawers out. It's easier to go ahead and get all these drawers done because there's a lot of them. So I'm going to go ahead and take my dap because it's kind of a smaller space to get a caulking gun in here. And I'm going to go through, I'm going to dap these corners and down here below. And I'm also going to do around that head right here, around that way. You don't really have to, but I do. It just makes it look a lot nicer. So what I do first, hey bud, you going to help?
Of course.
Of course. Go ahead and take just a regular box cutter. And I'm going to cut these are going to be mainly small cracks. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off the tip, cut it at an angle. You can see. Just cut it at an angle. I don't know, is that about a 45-degree angle or so? Also very important, have a wet rag, wet towel. That way you can wipe any residue on there without getting it all over your clothes. Now it's almost impossible not to get it all over yourself, but
look at that shirt.
I'm gonna try.
See?
Yeah, Texas. So anyways, I'm gonna start with the smaller ones. I do all my corners first.
Oh, that was gonna fall on me. It scared me.
So as you can see, all my cracks are filled. Now this one is ready to be painted. Alright, so I got all my drawers done. There's quite a few drawers. I haven't counted them, but there's quite a few. Took a little time, but now I'm going to the shoe racks. I've got to get in these small little spaces here and get all these cracks filled. So, and I'm also trying to do as much as I can on the shelves. Usually I'll just take some caulking, go through there a little bit faster, but since these cracks are a little bit small, I had a pretty good carpenter, so he did a pretty good job. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get all that done as well. Leave,
right here.
What do you got to say?
What's up, guys?
What are you doing to help?
Passing the drawers.
Passing the drawers?
Yeah.
What else are you doing? Anything else? Messing with all my tools. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get back on that. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Hopefully I'll get the rest of this done today. I should be able to get it done today so I can start painting tomorrow. I went to Home Depot earlier, got all my floors, or for my tile for my floors, and my paint. So hopefully by this weekend I'll have all the painting done and the flooring done. How about this? I'll just come down here with you and we can both talk. So you're going to help me with the floors and the painting? You're going to help me with the painting, right? Yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. You're going to wear some painting clothes? You're going to paint all over you?
I don't know.
Well, I have to find some old clothes that you don't wear anymore, like play clothes that you don't care to get dirty. Does that sound like a plan? All right. Somebody needs to challenge you to it. Another thing I do, it just saves time. I'm not real concerned with looking up underneath here. So my wife's about 5'2", and I don't think she cares either. But the cracks that I can see, like the ones underneath, I guess under, I don't know, 5 feet or so on down. Save a little time and save a little, I guess, save a little bit of money, I guess, on materials. I won't do those cracks. I'll just do the ones mainly that I can see. Like I said, it just saves time. Well, I've got all my prepping done, my caulking, puttying, all the cabinets are ready to be painted. I think my original plan was to paint tomorrow, but I think since the closet, cabinets, and drawers are going to be, and the walls as well, they're going to be a different color than the actual restroom itself. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to knock this out today. I'm not going to be able to film it because it's going to be a lot of paint fumes in the air and it's going to get the camera all foggy. Alright guys, so the closet is painted. It's still pretty wet in there and it's not that bright, so you can't really see too much. Went ahead and covered the light up there. It's a brand new light fixture. Didn't want to take it down, and I didn't want to get any paint on it, but it's still pretty wet. So I took my shoes off and my Tyvek suit that I was wearing. You can see my shoe prints in the ground there. This is where I'm in the morning, and I'll check it out and we'll bring you along with me. This will probably be a 3-part series. I've still got these these vanities to do. I've got the walls to do, the ceiling, and then the flooring. There's the spray rig that I'm using to paint. It's a cheap little spray rig. I think I've got it at Harbor Freight. It's like $200. That's pretty cheap for spray rig, but it gets the job done. I've been using it on this house since I bought it, painting walls, cabinets, and it works pretty good. So anyways guys, if you like what you see, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment if you want to comment on anything that I'm doing, and that's all I've got for today.